Hey there, AfterBuzzers. The season 8 finale is happening now. Unbreakable Force. The Money in the Bank ladder match is happening. Trin and John become permanent, and Nattie and her family face the loss of her dad. Stay tuned for all of this and more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
This song is so perfect. Do we want to take a moment of silence?
Oh my gosh.
For Jim
Anvil. And Kim Porter.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Both young.
We were supposed to be taking a moment of silence.
Oh, we did. I thought we did. You didn't say how long.
Okay, that was good.
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, up, guys, my name is TK Trinidad. You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad.
And I'm Monique, Loveless, and I'll do mine at the end.
Oh.
So this episode was really sad. It was really sad.
It was.
We will talk about it towards the end because I want to save all the good stuff that they did towards the end of the episode for the end of our episode too. So this episode started out with the ladies at Money in the Bank. Everybody's getting ready for the match. And what did you think? What was your overall thoughts?
Again, it's one of those things where most of us or some of us have seen this in real time. So it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like we've been there, done that. I mean, I like the fact that women are doing amazing things. I mean, we have the TLC matches coming up. So hopefully they include that in Divas the next season. But yeah, it's going well.
What'd you think about the whole women's Raw championship with Rhonda and
That was
Nia
amazing. I remember
and
that.
Alexa Bliss coming in.
Yeah, I like the, I mean, if you guys follow, like we do Evan and I and Johnny and, we do the Raw after show, and I wasn't a fan of Rhonda getting the belt. I'm still not a fan of Rhonda's getting the belt, but you know, they're making it work. So, and I do hope that Nia and Rhonda are actually going to have a match again. So I hope, and Tamina's in her corner, so I hope, you know, things are going to change a little bit. Switch up.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that Alexa Bliss traded in her Money in the Bank right then and there to get the champion, to become the champion. I was like, oh yeah, because she didn't win with her and Nia.
No.
So this gave her the opportunity to do that, and
then Rhonda gets the belt anyway. Short-lived.
Well, you know, they have to.
What do they have? What do they have to do? What do they have to do?
Rhonda is a huge star. Okay, she has already built a solid foundation.
Right.
And I feel like with her coming in, they're just wanting to make her bigger, and that also brings more different fans to the WWE. It brings a whole collection of other people. So they have to, I feel like they have to, like...
I mean, I understand that, and that's I've been saying that for a while. However, it's just one of those things that we know she's a great asset to WWE, but as far as storylines go, they could put her with, you know, Charlotte Flair. They could put her with big names that are still making the crossover that people are familiar with as far as her build-up, because now she's got to the mountaintop, and there's really nothing for her to do. Like, as far as storylines.
I
so
would
it's
love
one of those
to
things.
see her as a heel, like before.
Oh,
I
look
would.
at you.
Hey, y'all know I'm getting wet. Don't try to play
Yeah,
me.
her promos are like well and stuff like that, but it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, well, what are you gonna do with her? And then the thing is, it really is, they want her to be in that position in order to get mainstream media. She can't have the belt for the rest of her life.
Well, of course, that's going to have to change. But right now, I feel like they're taking that moment.
Yeah, but they're cashing in too
soon.
There's nobody else. There's nobody else like Ron. Like, you have Shayna Baszler, who is also from the UFC, that's in NXT right now. We're going the whole rabbit hole of things, but like, there's nobody that's on Ronda's level, so they can maintain. They could have held back a little bit and, you know, saved that for an epic moment, which would have went across the boards. So well, she's not on the show, so let's
digress.
Excuse me.
Right. So this time, Brie and Nikki are missing out on the actual match, the Money in the Bank match, but Lana gets to be a part of it.
Lana's been working hard. She's improving. I mean, kudos to her, because there's people that said that she couldn't do it. And I can't even imagine being in a stadium and you hear people yelling at you like you can't wrestle. Like, I can't even imagine.
But can she?
I mean, obviously she's not. Here's how I put Lana. I put Lana that, like, if you're familiar with high school sports, college sports, you have those people on the team that no matter what they do. There's a girl on my team, on the track team. She used to drink. And then the next day she'd run the 100, win the 100, and she would beat me. Like, it was always a 1-2. She was just naturally gifted, right? And then you have some people that, like, they're practice champs. They do well in practice. They work hard. They deserve it because they put the time in it. But they're never gonna beat that person who has that natural skill and ability. And then if you have the person who has a natural skill and ability, and on top of that they work hard, it's like it's a wrap. So she's good enough that she could be in WWE, and she's working hard enough, and she's developing storylines, and she's very, like Natalia was talking about, she's very, interested in improving her craft. But her being a Charlotte Flair or a Naomi and that stuff, I don't see it. She's better than Eva.
I'm not even gonna go there. I feel like I really, really, really want. I'm there with Lana. I really want to see her become great at it, because she is trying so hard,
right.
Because she is putting in so much work, because she is trying to be with everyone and train with everyone that's good. And she does have the natural ability to carry like a storyline and be interesting. She had a great
storyline with what happened in Milwaukee. You know what happened in Milwaukee?
No. Well, moving on.
I know Joseph's going to tell everybody in the chat, so I'll let Joseph take care of that.
Right. I'll read it. Me and Joseph talk. Like, he gets me.
Shout out to Bosa.
The shade from her is real.
No, shout out to Bosa. Bosa's like that person who's like, they do the sign language, because I referenced Kim Porter, and he's like, Kim Porter was Puff Daddy's mother of his children. She had 2 children. Like, shout out to Bosa, just giving all the facts in the chat. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you're listening to this show later on, just go in the live chat portion of it, and Bosa just gives the breakdown, like the Cliff Notes.
He literally gets in the chat and gives me breakdowns for the week before, y'all. He prepares me
Tell you, GM.
Be a better host. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate him.
Yeah, facts. I do. GM. AfterBuzz, y'all need to be sending him a check or something, something. Well, keep it up to date.
Oh, you're crazy. So yeah, I really am on Lana's side. Like, I really want to see her. This is my sad face. I really want to see her win. Like, I want to see her.
Let's be honest. She's doing well. Like, there are plenty of people in the locker room that are not. They don't have a storyline. So she's doing well. She doesn't have a current storyline now, but they had a really good running storyline a while ago, and she's doing well with what she has, and she continues working. Then maybe she will get the belt. It doesn't mean like it's WWE, folks. Like, there's a writing room, so it's not a never that she'll never get the belt. I'm just saying that her skills, you can work on them.
So a match between her and Eva would look good.
No, I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Or they maybe have an intergender match. I mean, there's so many options. WWE is now embracing intergender matches. They're now embracing a possible tag team. They've been kind of hinting at that. So there's possibilities for her. She's in a really great moment of time where she can use social media to her advantage. She can use Total Divas to her advantage. So she's getting a huge platform. And on top of that, she's not relying just on that. She's working hard. So, you just never know. Cool, sir. I want to see everybody win. Get that bag.
I want to see her win. I want to see her get, like, I'm rooting for her. Sometimes she's a little annoying, but I am rooting for her. So then they cut to little old Trinity and John.
Oh, oof.
So last episode
had me that part had me crying. I was like, no.
Trinity's ring got stolen. Mm-hmm. And I feel, John. Like, why do you not have your ring on? There is no exception. If your man can wear it all the time,
Yo, John gave
should
that
be
face.
able to
I've seen that
wear
face
it
too many times. I know that face.
What is that face?
That face is like.
Tell us what that face is.
That John was giving her that face like, I'm doing everything a good man should be doing. And like you effing up right now. Like he giving that face like, and it's not like a big F up like, you know, like things are gonna, you know, done. But it's like he's giving that look like I know I'm doing right. Like you just messed, like you stumbled right now.
He did. What did you think about that whole like conversation and everything in the car?
I know. All you have to do is take it because you know you were in the wrong. You know you should be wearing your ring. On top of that, he wears his ring. I mean, it's one of those things, and it could be too. Like jewelry's kind of a weird thing because it could be. I don't really like working out. Sometimes I like working out with jewelry. Sometimes I don't like working out with jewelry. Rings are kind of weird because you can actually bend your ring with lifting. So you know you might not prefer, like depending on how often you work out. So it could be one of those situations, not where she's doing it purposely, but to live her life in order to do that. You know, some things are just like. Some people like wearing necklaces while they work out. Some people don't. Like, you know, it's just all those little preferences. But yeah, I've seen that look. That look is like you just need to listen because the good thing is he's actually voicing his opinion because some people will just shut down and you don't want that.
Yeah, I am glad that he did speak up about it. He did check her. He checked her. He was like, listen, I wear my ring at all times. Like, I don't understand why you don't have yours. I love the check.
Yeah,
the check was like good swag. The check is what makes you want to take your man to the bedroom and be like, dang, that was like you checked me.
Facts. In a very appropriate, respectful way. But you know, like you just have to take it. Like you was in the wrong.
It was one of those checks where you know yourself you was in the wrong and you're like, dang.
Yeah, you can't argue about that.
No.
And shout out to Trin for like she.
What did you think about her idea? Like coming up with the tattoos and on the. What did you think about that? Do you feel like it compensated for her not wearing her ring all the time?
I'm actually for tattoos than rings. Like I'm for. I mean, even though this day and age you can actually get rid of a tattoo and it doesn't take that much. But I'm for that, especially if both parties are like in it to win it, like they are. I'm like for that. What, you not for that?
No, I do like the tattoo idea. Honestly, I thought it was a great idea when she said, I'll have something if I don't always have my ring on. Because like you said, I am a person where like my fingers are small and sometimes when I go to work out or whatever, my like rings and stuff just don't do well. But I do like the tat idea. But I do feel like I would want a ring in that instance too. I think I just want a ring so that I can continue to have resting bitch face and not have to worry about anybody.
So you can floss.
Well, you know, you don't want. I guess uglies are still gonna talk to you.
I mean.
It'll calm the uglies down.
Does it? Well, maybe in another place. LA, they savage. Like you could be ring a ring, you could not be ring a ring. I've had married men hit me up with their ring on. Like if you're gonna be that person, no matter if you're ringing the ring or not, it don't matter. You're gonna be that person. So,
I mean, that's true, but
I
do feel like it puts some people on hold. Like, nah, she got a ring. I'm not gonna.
I always look at a man's finger.
Do you?
Yeah, if he's cute, like that's the first thing I look at. Like
I look at his teeth first, and then I look at his ring
I
finger.
mean, that's why I said if he's cute. Like the teeth is like automatically in the cute package.
Okay.
Like you can't be cute with ugly teeth. I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible. I'm just saying, like, I already went the head to toe. I was like, oh, okay, like he's a candidate. He's 6'6". All right, 6'6". He got a ring. Let me just move on.
So the candidate you had not too long ago is
Who
like,
say he's
what,
a candidate?
6'1"?
Who say he's a candidate?
Oh, he's a candidate.
Oh Lord, y'all.
He is a candidate.
Everybody just throwing. Just if he's a candidate, I would let you know he's a candidate.
He is.
Anywho. The people that I know that have tattoo ring fingers, they appear that like they're just as in love as when they first started. As like they're almost like a Trinity and John situation. So maybe it is a thing. I mean, that's a big commitment.
Well, no, not necessarily, because like you said, you can cover that up at any time.
You can, but it's an inconvenience. Like if I'm like. if I'm married to you, but I'm not really like feeling you like that, like there's different types of love. Like, all right, like I'm like
you're not gonna tat that.
Yeah, we cool.
You?
I ain't gonna tat it.
I actually like that they just got the J and the T too. Like most people get the name or the initials. I love that they just got the first.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I prefer like the band. I'd rather just get like a full band tattooed.
Like first and last name.
Yeah, around.
No.
Just saying. But you know,
I like the
different strokes for different folks.
That's true. And my stroke is I like the little,
your stroke is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you said.
I know. I like the I thought it was, what did you think about her bringing up this idea though? Did you like it? Did you feel like, okay, this made up for what she, like, not having a ring on?
Yeah, given the fact that she doesn't like needles, she doesn't have a tattoo on her body. Like, if there was somebody who had like 1 billion tattoos on their body and they suggested it, then that would have been like it wouldn't have been as, it's like, you know, your significant other doesn't like to do such. Like, he doesn't like to go shopping.
Right.
He hates going shopping. Like, he detests shopping. He's said that from the beginning that you met him. But now, all of a sudden, you're in a relationship. He's so in love. Like, now y'all are, like, shopping. Like, you spending 5 hours. That's love. You know what I'm saying? You do something you don't want to do. I hate shopping.
That is true.
So it's just like one of those things where she doesn't like needles. And the needle fear is serious.
It is, because I have one. I do not go to the doctor. I don't mess around.
Wait. You don't go to the doctor?
Not like that, no.
So you don't get blood work?
I mean, for a physical, but no, I don't get blood work. I do the little swabs now.
Oh, excuse me.
You can bypass needles, and I bypass every way I can.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I just always think of ice cream.
What?
When I was a kid, I didn't like needles, so every time I had something like they had to draw blood, I would always look away and think of ice cream.
That does not help me. I have to look straight at it.
Well,
have
that's
to be
why
like,
I said
no.
when I was this, when I like
there
me,
was one
I
time
that refers to TK. That's me.
There was one time where I literally sat in the doctor's office for 3 hours because I would not let them draw my blood.
Oh, you need to conquer your fears, boo boo. Yeah, you can't be letting your fears get to you. What the zombies attack? And the only thing of getting it is taking a needle, and
we all gonna die. I'm dying that day.
Oh wow! All right, cool.
I feel like I would go out more peacefully than taking a needle. It's the fear. It's not
you need
a
to conquer
good
your
feeling.
fears. How be Natalia, Paige, all of them conquer their fears,
Well,
and you use a needle?
No, not all the time. If it is like just excruciating,
Needles are not excruciating.
Yes, they are.
Wait, you don't have any tattoos either?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I do not have one tattoo due to that reason.
No. Okay.
I do not like needles. Anyway, moving on. Don't we have something for our AfterBuzzers?
Oh yeah, feels like this was yesterday. Hey, AfterBuzzers! Our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works better and harder to serve fans, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they are optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well, like AfterBuzz Wrestling and Sports. Let us know that you did in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. So I see Gabby on the chat, Midnight, Lacey's on the chat, Bose is always in the chat. So, you know, I think Star Drew, he might have been in the last one, he might be in this one. You know, all y'all in the chat.
Hey, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so now we get into the tearful moment.
Oh, Midnight. Sorry, Midnight. Anybody realize that that tattoo behind John's ear? I didn't. Anybody know what it is? Okay. Anyways,
I don't know.
What is kids? It's kids. Maybe it's kids. I would put my kids' initials on my body.
I ain't putting nobody on my body.
Wow.
Like,
I mean,
no. Anyways,
well,
we are going
she's
to
dedicated
get
to and loyal to herself.
No, I am not dedicated to needles. I don't care who you are. This is a temple and a needle. Like, you know, just think about it.
Are your ears pierced?
Yeah, but I was a baby when they got pierced. Yeah, so my mom did that. She said that I screamed the whole entire time, the whole day.
I think most
I had a
babies
fit.
do.
No, she said I literally had a fit the whole day, the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I got my ears pierced when I was adult. It does bother you, so it probably bothered you. That's
I
why
don't know
you're
what it
screaming.
did, but if they close up now, I ain't going to get them again.
Oh,
so.
it's a key behind his ear. A key to what?
A
A key to his heart?
I don't know, but let's get into what matters most right now this episode. The finale got to end off with Nattie's dad and his passing. They actually talk about his Alzheimer's. And did he not know he had Alzheimer's? And they just didn't, because she said he didn't know. So she went and got tested for it. She came out in the clear.
I think she meant he didn't know that he was susceptible to it. Like it runs in the family.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what she meant. But
okay.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, he didn't know. So I was like, well, did he not know and y'all didn't take him or to the doctor or?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what she meant by that. Because it could be like he either didn't know. Like my grandmother has dementia. So she know, like when it first came on, she knew that there was block, like it was frustrating to her because you know how like you know where your keys are. Imagine you're looking for your keys and you know you lost all your keys, but now extend that to days and weeks and months.
Right.
Like you're frustrated just for that hour or two that you can't find your keys, or you're trying to remember somebody's name and you can't remember it, and for 2 minutes you're frustrated. Like extend that to.
Right.
So I think he probably like knew, but you can't put your
mind actually to it. Like I don't know. That's really one of the. I feel like that is a terrible disease. Like there are a lot of terrible disease, but just knowing that you're here and everybody's around you, and then all of a sudden you just go out of it and you can't remember anything.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is.
My grandmother doesn't know, like she'll go in and out and she doesn't know like my mom, like she'll see her kids but she not realize they're kids and talk about like other situations, so she remembers her past before she was even married.
Right.
So she'll talk about those situations and she thinks she's actually in the islands even though she's in Canada.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's sad to watch. And even when I referenced the whole thing with, you know, Kim Porter passing away, which, you know, as both of, and you guys didn't read the chat, that's Puff Daddy's wife, losing a parent. I think no matter what age you are.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's crazy. My mom had said, we had to talk the other day and she's like, you know, you should remember this stuff because, you know, one day I'm not going to be there. And I'm like, dang, like,
right.
Don't be saying that.
Right.
But it's true.
Right.
And, you know, not being able to say goodbye. And, you know, at least his final weekend there was, you know, great with meeting his sister. Hadn't seen his sister in 20 years. And, you know, all those memories that the family now has. But yeah, that's, you know, you could see how close they were.
Right. They were super close. And I do find it a blessing that the show actually showed him in seasons and stuff like that. So he got, you know, they got that bonding time together. And it is super sad, no matter, like you said, no matter what age you are, losing a parent is, you know, I feel like is really rough.
Yeah. And watching them get like older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, when you're a kid, like you can't wait till you become an adult, but you're not realizing that like, then your parents are like adults, and then like there's certain things they can't do. Like I'm dreading the day, like my mom is like grandma age.
Right.
It's true because you know they wear diapers and stuff. Like they do. Like I think it was Dr. Oz or somebody said like the moment you're born, you start dying. Like it's a slow death until you die.
It is.
So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, that's gonna come. Is like I'm dreading that day because you always remember like your parents being like Nattie referred to, like her dad was her superhero.
Yeah.
And fortunately, he died again, like she said, on his own terms, where he wasn't weak and he wasn't like he was a strong individual. So you remember him at that point.
I love that she said that because last week was my grandma's birthday and she was always like my mom. So when she passed away, that was really rough for me and always has been. Like it doesn't really get easier, but every day it gets a little bit better for yourself.
Right.
But it was just one of those things where when she said that, like she got to go he got to go on his terms. I'm like that's and somewhere in that you do find peace. Like they didn't have to suffer. You didn't have to see the suffering.
Right. Or, you know, God forbid they can't speak for themselves and now, you know, you're trying to make them comfortable. But with like they have an itch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's those things that, you know, there's people in hospitals and nursing homes that they literally can't speak for themselves. And, you know, you're trying to make them feel as comfortable as possible. But
right.
So yeah, it's
the
crazy.
show did a really good job of really mapping out like a memorial for him, a remembrance for him, and then the memorial seemed really nice too. And for Nattie to speak, I thought that was,
and Stephanie McMahon was there. I'm sure a lot of other folks from WWE went through or passed through that, you know, we didn't see, but I mean, it's sad.
It is, but they got to capture it on, you know, how many people in the world really get that? They got to capture it on like,
so many levels. On Total Divas, on WWE, because there could have been a time where, like, if they started, you know, 50 years ago, they wouldn't have, or 60 years ago, they wouldn't have the capability of documenting this. They can go back to the 90s and see his work.
Right.
They could see Natalia's work. They could see, like, she has documentation. So, you know, it's a blessing, and it wasn't, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, it's not crazy. So, you know, good kudos to them.
Right, definitely. I think this was a great ending, and how they kind of like wrapped it up, especially with the season kind of being so kind of.
I mean, Total Bellas and Total Divas have been like just blah. I don't know if it's like because the market's so saturated, or I don't know what it is. I don't know if because they film so early that stuff has already happened before, so people who watch wrestling and watch Total Divas, then it's kind of like, because I felt like that when I was covering the Kardashian show. It's just like, you know,
we already heard about this.
Heard about to nausea, because I was, you know, working at TMZ at the time, so like we covered that all the time. So by the time I covered Kardashians, like I knew it was just one of those things. So I don't know if it's because of that, but yeah, the last 2 seasons of both franchises have been just like, okay.
Right.
But because I'm a fan and I love the hard work that the women are putting in the ring, it's just like, okay.
I love that it does show their careers, but I think it does kind of take away when you already seen stuff, or you've already. That's the messed up part about like technology being
and social media
updated.
too.
Yeah, so updated now, because now we know everything before it even hits television. But just to end that off, Nattie did wear, I thought it was cool, she wore her dad's jacket to the SummerSlam, which he actually won his tag team match in 1990 of SummerSlam. Yeah. So that was really cool, and a cool way to really end this season.
Yeah. It was good. It was a little on the sad side, but, you know, evoking any type of emotion, I guess, is good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was
not like they had anything else to talk about. And we already know from everybody who watches, like, John and Trin are good, so, like, you couldn't really hang your head on that.
I hope that they will stay good. I love them.
I mean, I don't see it. I mean, barring something crazy, like, I don't see it happening. Like, it's just of annoyance on both their level. Like, they both annoy each other on a good way that, like, you can tolerate it.
They work for each other. Like, definitely.
Because trust, those faces John gave, like, damn. Like, I've seen them. It's like, all right, like, we just gonna pass this. We just going through.
Well, this wraps up our episode. We don't have any news except for that the Total Divas will be back.
Total Bellas,
sorry.
January 13th, I think they said.
But I was on the right track. I said Total Divas will be back. But no, Total Bellas will return. They already signed a season 9.
Oh, look at you. And then there's the news.
There's another piece of news. They already signed season 9. So there will be another Total Divas. But Total Bellas will be back January 13th. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Hopefully, Joseph, give us some scoop. John and them are married, but they're going to give Nikki some time to like look like she's dating.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. That was probably the news. There was a post where Nikki and John were together at some dinner or something, or in a hot tub or something. I mean, why can't they be friends? They could be like, you know, just getting it in real quick.
They are. You know they are.
Why not?
They each other's side pieces, I'm telling you.
Wait, are you talking about Nikki and John, or John and Trinity?
John and Nikki.
Oh, because you said the other
no,
episode.
I said John and...
The last episode, you said Trin and John.
Oh, no. I meant John and Nikki. They're each other's
because that's
side
why I looked at you
pieces.
sideways. I'm like, side pizzas? Like, what is...
Oh, no.
what
I
is
meant
kinky thing
Nikki
you
and
talking
John
about?
are side pieces for each other right
Well,
now.
I mean, shoot.
That's fun.
You know it.
All right. Let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. Also, Women's Wrestling Weekly, WWE Raw. I think that's it for AfterBuzz. You can catch me on VH1. Yeah, that's what you laughing at.
Her money in the bank, guys. Ah!
Facts.
I'm Monique.
Oh, at TK Trinidad, by the way.
Oh, okay. You done?
I think so.
Okay.
And Merry Christmas.
Oh, gosh.
And Happy New Year.
I'm Monique Loveless, and you can find me everywhere at Miss Mo Loveless. That's MS Mo Loveless. And also make sure you check out your style tips and trips on my website, MoniqueLoveless.com. And happy holidays.
Ciao.
See you guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.